What's going on, guys? So, I figure that Hollywood does too many reboots. These are my thoughts about this. Specific movies that should not need a reboot. Um, of course, I'm going to start with one from 2017, and um, well, it's already 2019, and a lot of people have been waiting, especially, kids who grew up with this, and I guess adults that also grew up with this. Um, Power Rangers. Let's say the 2017 movie Power Rangers was going to be rebooted. I don't think that it needs a reboot. To be quite honest, the show's Power Rangers has actually been something that I grew up with, watching the shows and movies and enjoying them, etc. Also playing with the figures. My main point about this is that I believe the 2017 movie was quite cool. And, thinking about it, it really doesn't need a reboot. I kind of believe that budgeting a movie like that is quite easy, and it's quite easy to make a second. I mean, I guess most of the movies that have good plots, such as the original Nightmare on Elm Street, original Friday the 13th, and let's say maybe some movies that other people grew up with as a child. I do not believe that any of those movies from 2017, like Power Rangers, needs a reboot. There was a 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street that was a technical reboot for the original series. Then Friday the 13th had a reboot, and then I know these are horror movies, but they're movies. But hear me out when I say this: that Power Rangers does not need a reboot. And as somebody who grew up with Power Rangers growing up, I don't believe it should have a reboot. My suggestion is that a movie like that come up with a budget of how much you should spend for the movie, kind of like how a lot of people do with some really great movies. Put together something that you would like for the plot to be, and wait until the plot's done, and move forth with the movie and start filming. I believe a lot of great movies that come to light in theaters. It's if a movie is bad, I mean, my opinion is that the reason why it was so bad is because people decided to film before the script is done. And I understand a lot of times when people have a specific release date that they want for the movie, it's rushed too much. Like, people rush things to get it done. A lot of things like this take time. And I thought I might address this because if, for an example, the Spider-Man 4, Sam Raimi, that could have been an awesome movie if people did not rush what they wanted in the movie and did not rush making it while the script wasn't finished. You know what I mean? I think things like this need time. And I understand, like I said, specific people who film these types of movies, they want a specific time frame when they need the movie done. But it's better to finish the script, the plot, and all that before filming. That kind of saves a lot of time and a lot of effort, my opinion. But when it comes to the shows like Power Rangers, there's a lot of thinking that involves something like this. There's a lot to do, and trying to make kids happy with a movie like that or anything out of the sort, it's just you gotta understand, people, that time is all we have on this planet, and that's one of the most valuable things that I personally treasure. Um, and coming to look at it, people have nothing but time to, make something and make sure it looks great. Like, that's one of the things that I believe should be noticed, and people should be aware of that. Also, take note that when you're making a movie, it's best to finish up one part of something. Like, the very first thing should be the script, and I know I said this a lot. And then making sure it's something you want. Understand, writing a script takes a very long time. It really does. And, especially when you're trying to put a special scene that comes after the credits, so that way people can be ready for the next movie. And I think that's something that should, that should be, it's just, it's something that people need to be aware of, okay? So my main point in this topic is, like I said, time's all we have, okay? That's all we have in life. And when you take the time to finish up one specific situation to make sure it looks good, like, again, the script, then the more you focus on doing that first, the more time you have to film the movie. And make sure it's edited, up to date, and, voila. I personally do not want to see a reboot of specific movies that I've already seen already, which another good, what do you call it? It's just another good point about all this, another good, I don't know what to call it, but there's been reboots of Spider-Man. There's been reboots of horror movies, like Child's Play was recently rebooted, I think last year, and Friday the 13th, Jason, Nightmare on Elm Street. Just there are so many movies that got rebooted. It's just insane. And a lot of those movies don't live up to the expectation that there could be a second, and then after the second, a third, and etc. I think that people need to start being aware. And again, this is my whole point on the situation, is that time is all we have on this planet. Nobody knows when they're going to go. Nobody knows who's going to stay. Nobody knows anything. The best thing you can do is let time guide you through life, you know what I mean? And that's just something that, people need to be aware of. People need to understand this, because not everybody's going to have enough time to finish specific things that they would like to do. And I think that's, again, that's something that people need to be aware of. But expect, and this is a point I want to bring across. No matter if it's a movie from my childhood, no matter if it's a movie that I enjoyed from high school, no matter if it's any movie that I loved growing up, I don't want to see a reboot of it. I don't. I actually wanted to bring up Power Rangers specifically because, so many movies have been rebooted, and I think things like this need to take the course that it has already gotten. 2017 Power Rangers has been nothing short of awesome. I actually loved the movie. Of course, someone like me, I would enjoy that, but who wouldn't? Power Rangers has been around for years and years, and it's became a show that a lot of people love. Even when Power Rangers is still a show that is aired today. So when something like this happens, the best thing people can do is hope and pray that people don't screw up the next film. And I think that's something that people need to take in consideration. And again, that involves time. Um, a lot of good potential horror movies, and any movie, and regardless of the situation, have the potential to be a good movie, no matter if it's rebooted or not. It takes time, and that's something that I wanted to bring up. I don't really know if any movie is going to be rebooted, such as specifically Power Rangers, and I'm hoping that it isn't. I'm hoping that none of that is rebooted. I would hate to see a rebooted version of Power Rangers, and I would hate to see somebody screw up the film. Like I said, I think the film itself has been good itself. From 2017, they did a really good job. Even though, if you look at it carefully, the suits for the Power Rangers actually looks like dirt bike suits, just with a little customization of it. All I'm saying is, I would hate to see something like that be rebooted and then it not look good at all. I just wanted to make this clear for anybody. Just be aware time, and also be aware that it's best to finish up one part of the job before you move on to multiple, because if you rush it, it won't turn out as good. And when it comes to Spider-Man and the Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire, Kristen Dunst, and etc., I think that's one of the reasons why that fourth Spider-Man installment for the trilogy had failed. Because, again, budgeting is important. Finishing up one job before you move to the next is also important. It saves a lot of time. And, I guess people just don't understand that. I mean, even though you got a specific time frame, it's good to not waste time, and film something while writing the script. That's just kind of odd to do. But I wanted to bring this up because I don't think people should be rushing things at all. But yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up today. I do hope you guys like this video. I do hope there's a lot of people that enjoy this. Again, I personally hate reboots. I like the original movies and, shows and etc. But when it came to Power Rangers for 2017, that was a movie that I personally enjoyed, and it just reminded me of so much growing up. I kind of think one thing I would change about the movie would be the language. A 1990-something TV show that turns into a movie in 2017 just doesn't deserve the language. But, knowing that it's 2017 and a lot of people who grew up with Power Rangers are adults, it kind of makes sense, I guess, in a weird way. But, who knows? Maybe it could be the next big thing for a potential reboot. I hope that doesn't come to the case, and I hope that's not an option. I hope the director who, filmed the 2017 Power Rangers does not end up making a reboot, because that would suck. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's very late for me to be making a movie, video. Sorry. Oh my god. Anyway, I do hope you guys have an awesome day. And like I said, I know it's very late, but I thought I might make this video in regards to what my thoughts are about reboots and what should not, what movies have potential and etc. And, how Hollywood kind of wastes money in regards to that. I guess that's what happens with a lot of movies. I'm not sure if that's the case, but thank you guys again for tuning in. Like, subscribe if you are new. Turn on the notifications so that way you will be notified when I make a video. I want to thank again my 7 subscribers. It's insane. I would love to make sure that we get new subscribers so that way that the videos I make will be better, and that way I can do better with the videos. I kind of believe and am aware that, my the videos I make are not edited. And I know I say that a lot, but this all goes back to what I said before in other videos. The more subscribers we get, the more awesome content I can bring out. And even though things are not so great now, the more, the more support I get, the more better content will be. And that's basically all I was trying to get at. I do hope everybody has an awesome day. And, just wash your hands. Always, make sure that everything's clean. I understand COVID-19 has been crazy and that where everybody's still inside, but hopefully everybody is able to go back to their regular routine and just, goes back to work and is able to put food on the table. I know things have not been the best with COVID-19, but be aware, things will get better at some point in time, and hopefully COVID-19 goes away. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. I do hope everybody has an awesome day, and peace out.